All right, here we go, folks. All right, we're live after a very nice game. What did it wind up 35 to nothing? Nico played really well, which didn't surprise me in the slightest. Ran for 3 touchdowns, also threw a touchdown, so he was responsible for 4. And then James Pierce was responsible for 2. One directly and one indirectly, where he had the strip sack. And we got TriStar on here with us. Let's see, we already got 63 people on here, so we're starting to get some folks. Let me move a few things here. Oh, here we go. There's Kevin. I'm going to pop Kevin in here. There's Kevin and TriStar. And I've also, we may see BVD. We might see Chilmont. We'll see. You going to make it? You're not going to have a.
Yeah. The one thing about these gas stations in Iowa, they sell soft serve ice cream.
Are you in Iowa?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No.
That's classic.
I mean, look, that's what it looks like out here.
Yep. Kevin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Could be better. 35 to nothing. What do you want? That's as good as it gets.
I was kind of mad that they can get that touchdown at the end. At least let the over hit finally on Iowa.
Yeah. That's just a good old fashioned whooping right there. Their offense couldn't do much. That quarterback being so sedentary back there, they just wore him out. It was ridiculous.
Listen, that offense is so bad they couldn't score on a $2 hooker.
Well, there you go. Charming. Kevin, you brought up something. What were you talking about? The rushing touchdowns. We had 3 rush? Did we have 3 or 4?
Nico had 3.
3, yeah, because Nico had the 3, we had the passing, and then James Pierce.
Right. Yeah, it's there were a lot of people just a few weeks ago that were saying that Nico just wasn't ready, and I think Nico was ready. I think Nico was ready a while back, but it is what it is.
Yeah, he was a little ready, just a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, if he'd have been able to play in a few games and actually played, I think he would have been even more ready. And on top of that, realize we didn't have our top 2 tackles, so they were collapsing our pocket pretty easily against us. And then on top of it, we didn't have our top 2 running backs who know how to pick up linebackers. And we had Sampson, he knows what to do, but he's little, so he had a tough time against the linebackers. You could see that. And then you had Cam Selden, who's very talented, but he'll miss a block every now and again.
Well, and that just comes with experience. I mean, he'll get that.
Yeah, but it made it tough on Nico, I thought. But again, his ability he's quicker. I knew he was quick and elusive. I didn't know he was that quick and elusive. I wasn't expecting him to be that quick.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought he was, because the comparisons I kept hearing about him coming out of high school was basically he's a taller Bryce Young, and I can see that. I didn't expect him to be as fast as he was. My only, I guess you can say, if I have any kind of critique, and this is something that will be fixed over time, over the offseason, I feel like he held on to the ball just a little too long sometimes, but that was his first start. I'm not mad about that. He'll get that out of him, and everything's going to be all hunky-dory.
I think he held on to the ball a little bit too long sometimes too, but to be quite honest, I also think that is a display of his poise in the pocket and his ability not to panic. Certain times with Milton, we felt like that he just had a mindset that a play had to go a certain way, and then it all fell apart. Nico today showed that is not going to be the case with him, and considering his front line that he was pretty calm and collected. I was really happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He had a tough time with the offensive line was kind of struggling. And like I said, we didn't have our top 2 tackles. They were both out due to injury. We'll have them back next year. And I believe we're going to have Brew back too. It looks like Brew's coming back. So that's excellent news. There's your third down.
I was kind of glad to see that I was kind of glad to see our secondary didn't get tested too much today. I'm not sure they were ready just because of the transfer portal and all that stuff. So,
yeah, that quarterback for Iowa was just horribly bad. I mean, he couldn't.
Yeah,
that boy couldn't hit the red side of a barn.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have tested our secondary. That's what I'd have done. I would have gone after our secondary like crazy. But,
Right.
you know, they just didn't have
I thought the freshman quarterback – I thought their freshman quarterback – their freshman quarterback, I thought they waited too long to put him in because he looked a lot better than the other guy.
He did.
Yeah, because he could run, obviously. That made a big difference. It seemed like he got lucky a couple of times. It looked like we were going to get him, and he was managed to escape. But, you know, good runners make you know, they always look lucky. But he didn't throw the ball very well. He had a couple of throws that were crap. He threw one in the dirt. He threw one behind the guy terribly. So there's probably a reason he wasn't starting.
And what about Rabal Keaton today? He in some places he looked fantastic, and then he dropped the ball, and then he lost the ball on that long pass, and it seems like he's always just not quite there on his performance potential, but he still looked good. I just was a little disappointed to see him drop passes.
Yeah, that was a perfect pass. That pass was so good, it was ridiculous.
It literally hit him right in the hands, and if he would have caught it, he probably took it on for a touchdown.
Well, now you're talking. No, I'm talking about Keaton. Keaton
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm
stopped
talking
running.
about.
Yeah, he just stopped running. I don't. Do you think he maybe lost it in the sun?
That's what I didn't see the sun in his eyes. Sometimes you just lose it. You just do.
Yeah, he may just not.
But hey,
because he stopped running there and kind of slowed down.
What about Nico's pass on the fly to Keaton that he barely made it inside the
TriStar, I'm sorry, your camera is rocking so bad it's going to make people sick.
There we go.
That's better. That's way better because I was starting to get sick. I can't deal with that motion.
But
ahead,
Nico's pass to Keaton in the third quarter where he just caught him right on the edge of the sideline, but Keaton pulled it in and made the completion. At that moment, I said to myself, I don't think there's anybody in 2024 that's going to have a discussion about Nico and his accuracy. I mean, he can put the ball where he wants it, and that's going to be really nice to see next year.
Yeah, it's his arm is there's the talent's there. It's very clear, and his ability to escape in the pocket is fantastic. I tell you, it's Hendon Hooker 2.0, and he might end up being, he kind of looks like he'll probably be better than Hendon, which is really a huge compliment. We'll see. He played about like I expected him to play, except for the running. His running was better than I expected.
Well, considering how Iowa's defense is ranked and their stats, I think he played better than I expected just because it is his first start. He is a freshman, and he just showed up and showed out.
Yeah, I would agree. TriStar, what'd you think?
Just basically what Kevin said. I second that. I mean, and listen, I don't want people to come on here saying, well, that just shows Iowa's defense is crap. They're no good. No, Iowa's defense is legit. They got guys there. I think that just proved to me just how good Nico is going to be. And I think once you give him an entire offseason to build that chemistry with Mike Matthews, with Dante on the outside, with Squirrel, possibly, if I can believe the people from what I'm hearing in Knoxville, there's a possibility with it getting Evan Stewart. If that happens, watch out. That's all I got to say. Watch out.
Yeah. Hey, BVD, I sent you a link, buddy.
Get in here, buddy.
Yeah, we'll have to see how BVD. I think he'll pop in here in a minute. But, yeah, 35-0, guys. Let's take a look at the stats real quick. I'm gonna pop those in here, and we'll take a little look, see at what we got. Yeah, here we go. Deacon Hill was 7 for 18 for a whole 56 yards with 2 interceptions. That is horrendous.
Man, that is just Peyton
how bad is that?
2004 worthy good. That's just phenomenal, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Nico was 12 for 19, 151, 1 touchdown, and he ran for 3. So you can't ask for much more than that. I mean, he didn't throw for a lot of yards, but he wasn't asked to. And if Keaton would have kept running, he'd had another 50 on that.
Was bleak. Toxic instructors, shady scammers, and Cisco bakes. Mother Fitness was.
Whoa, let me turn that off. Yeah, Dylan was 20 for 133 yards. What are you laughing at?
That ad that was playing.
Oh, I got you.
He's laughing at your commercials.
Oh, well, they're not my commercials.
I know, but they were still playing.
I got you. But, yeah, we tried a little different here. But, no, Sampson had a nice game, over 100 yards rushing, over 5-yard average. That's really nice. I was real pleased with that. Let's see what else we've got in here. Let's see. Let me get in here. Okay. Let's see. I thought, oh, crap. Who had James Pierce? Jeez.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for from James Pierce? A pick six. What a talent. What a talent this guy is.
He plays. He definitely is one of those guys that when they say you'll give your all to Tennessee, he does. He plays his heart out every single game.
Yes, he scored 14. He scored 14 of our points. 7 completely on his own, and then a strip 6 basically on the 2-yard line, which we scored later. I mean, he scored 14 points. That's amazing. So James Pierce beat Iowa 14-0.
So I'll
Just
ask you this.
Six.
Yeah.
One thing, did y'all notice that they did that they never did with Milton, and I love seeing it? They lined up in power I.
Oh yeah, I love that. That pleased me to no end.
So all these people that want to say, "Oh, it's a gimmick offense," "Oh, he's finesse," I mean, he's literally lining up in power I formation with a fullback.
Yeah, I love that.
That looks like Tom Osborne at Nebraska.
Kevin, didn't you mention that you noticed that the play calling was quite different?
Yeah, so that is exactly what I was about to say. My favorite part of the game was obviously Nico, but a very close second was the fact that finally we can, in my opinion, put a rest to those people who were saying that the play calling was not as good this year. And I've always been an advocate of the fact that the play calling is adjusted to what the quarterback's skill set is. And the one thing that seemed to vaporize today was the bubble passes, the parallel to the line of scrimmage, off to the side, time after time after time. I think I caught every play, but I don't remember seeing a single pass to the sideline. Maybe one, maybe two, and everything else was like the field was wide open. So therefore, I feel like the playbook got opened back up today, guys.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I thought they would go heavy bubble screen, and they didn't seem to do that. I think they did it maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Typically in a game, we'll do that 7, 8, 9 times, almost 3 times. I'll let you get that squared away, BVD. That way you don't have to worry about getting squared.
Yeah,
sometimes you have to use
it seemed like we saw that screen pass so many times with Milton that I just got tired of seeing it. I felt like that was all I was going to see every Saturday. So I'm very happy with not seeing that today.
TriStar, I wanted to add to what you said a minute ago. You said the one thing that you noticed that they didn't do with Milton today, the best thing they didn't do was start him. I was
I agree.
I was just as impressed as you guys with how he performed today. The receivers had some drops that probably took his stats down. Ramel, I don't know if the sun got in his eyes down there, but that was a beautiful ball he threw to the end zone.
Yeah, we talked about that. Had he kept running, that's a touchdown. That's an easy touchdown. That was perfect throw, honestly. He only threw. Is that the only deep throw he had?
Yeah,
and he couldn't have thrown it better.
Yeah, it's he certainly didn't look like a true freshman out there to me. I mean, he looked awful.
Well,
he did.
He looked to me like a tremendous 5-star that was in his first game that handled it well. I mean, give this guy, 5 or 6 games under his belt, and he's going to be something else. That's just my opinion because he's so dangerous in the pocket. You know, he run for 3 touchdowns. Oh man, he just needs experience. He needs to get some games under his belt and get comfortable. Yeah. And we need our tackles back bad. We need those tackles. They
if you give Nico the protection that he needs and some time in the pocket, it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, he needs some more time, definitely, because he was they were on him quick. Those tackles collapsed a couple of times, and even the one where he ran for the first down in the first quarter, they called him for holding. It's hard to put, you know, if we'd have just had one of our starting tackles, you could lean that side, but having both of them out makes it tough. And those guys aren't used to playing tackle, so it just And Iowa's got a great front seven. That is a very good front seven.
Yeah. I thought we did a good job.
They were missing their All-American cornerback. Go ahead, BVD.
I was just saying, I thought we did a great job of keeping the penalties down today.
Well, that's right. We did, didn't we? Let's look at that.
Seemed like we had a ton of penalties all year long, but today there was, one or two?
Let's see. I need to go
That's a good comment.
I need to go
I think we had like 2 or 3, I think.
We had – see, I'm getting better at this. We had 3 for 30 right there, 3 for 30.
I was right. I said about 2 or 3.
I'll take that all day long.
Hey,
that's
hey, BVD, good to see you in here. I'm glad to hear you don't sound like an 85-year-old cigar smoker anymore.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm getting better. I'm coming out.
Gosh, everybody's been sick. I've been sick as a dog. I'm finally cured of that, whatever that flu bug was, or cold, or whatever it was.
How long did you have it?
I had it for about a week, but I went to the doctor, and they gave me some antibiotics, and that helped a bunch.
That's what surprised me. When I went to the doctor, they didn't give me antibiotics.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Will Eubanks. Let's see what Will had to say. He said, I thought Nico played fine, but it definitely wasn't a Heisman performance or anything. Oh, crap. That's doggone. Hold on. Let me get rid of this dadgum commercial. They're killing me. They're killing me with the – all right, I'm done with the stats. I'm done. I'm just not messing with anymore. The offensive line didn't give me any time. They tried, but look, we had 2 that weren't there. Thank you for the $10, Will. I appreciate that.
What'd we end up yardage-wise, Jay?
Darn it. I pulled up.
151 passing.
What was it? Pull it up there.
151 yards passing. We had, I think, like 300 and about 375, wasn't it?
Total? We ran the ball for about 200 because what's his name?
232.
Really?
232 rushing.
Man, that's surprising to run like that on Iowa's defense.
Yeah, we had 3 rushing touchdowns, and my understanding was they only allowed 4 all year. So now it's 7. I wasn't expecting Nico to run. I thought he would run for 1. That was my prediction, was he'd run for 1 and throw for 1. Well, he threw for 1 and ran for 3. And then James
said it
Pierce
wasn't a Heisman performance, but, 4 touchdowns in your first ever start, that's pretty daggone good.
Well, especially
against a really good defense.
Yeah, I think they're a pretty darn good defense. I really do. I know a lot of people say they didn't play anybody, but, they had to play somebody.
Well, they did. Our defense gave us the 1 touchdown, getting that strip sack right there on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that was huge. That was a monster. That kind of ended the game right there. And then he ended the game for sure when he ran that one back, which was that's a special talent right there.
Bless his heart, that first quarterback for Iowa was terrible.
I think he wasn't supposed to be their quarterback. That McNamara guy was supposed to be, but I guess he got hurt, and that's that. That
first guy needs to transfer to Wake Forest. He'd be a perfect fit there.
Oh,
Deacon Jones or whatever his name was. Deacon, what was his last name?
I think it was Dinkin Dunk.
Yeah. He wasn't even able to do that, though.
Yeah, it wasn't so good.
Just freaking Deacon to the Iowa.
Deacon Hill.
Yeah, Deacon Hill. Well, hell, I think old drunk Billy Ray at the trailer park could have put on a better quarterback performance than that.
In my opinion, Tennessee played Iowa better than Michigan played Iowa.
Oh yeah, not even close. That was by far the biggest loss of the year for Iowa. They even commented on that after the game.
Yeah.
I said 31-10, so I'm happy with the outcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was expecting nothing. Yeah, I had a Chilmont's not. He probably won't make it. He was at a party, so I don't think I sent him a link, but he may be tied up. But he's actually supposed to drive up here later. But anyway, I was predicting. What did I say? I think I thought they would score 24-16 or 24-10 was my prediction. I thought we'd be somewhere around, 8 to 14 point victory. I did not expect 35-0. I did not expect that at all.
I don't know that many people expected that. 24-16 would have driven me nuts.
That's what it felt like it was going to be to me. I thought Iowa's defense would stop us better than they did, especially with not having our tackles. I was really concerned about not having our tackles and not having our top two running backs to pick up the blitzes.
Well, they really held us to 21 points if you look at it, from a defensive
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Point of view.
Yeah, if you take James Pierce out of that game, it's 21-0.
He was cruising down that sideline, wasn't he, for a big guy?
Yep, he's not that big though. So he's like 240, but he's tall and he's a tremendous athlete. Him and that Joshua Josephs are they're kind of special athletes.
I'll tell you this: watching him return that pick six, just how he was carrying the ball, I was getting flashbacks to like Deshaun Jackson and all these players that would drop it at like the 1 yard line and then roll it for a touchback. I was thinking, my God, don't drop the ball.
He just looks like an NFL player to me. He does. He like somebody that would play for the Giants, or Denver
he'll be playing on Sundays. There's no question.
Yeah. He screams NFL talent. He's got one more year, and then I'm sure he'll hit the draft after next year.
If he doesn't go to the NFL after next year, there's something wrong. I mean, I want him to stay at Tennessee as long as he wants to, but I almost, just for us to have a bunch of high draft picks, I almost kind of want him to go to the league.
Yeah, here's a great comment. It says Nico is the right QB for Heupel. Absolutely. He was
hell yeah.
Picked. That's why they paid him all that money. They knew he was absolutely perfect. And Coach Jay, who I've listened to, has said exactly the same thing. He's the perfect fit. No doubt.
If I had one criticism at all just from game one, it would be, and it's a ticky-tacky one, the way he carried the ball. Like on that run where I think he got us a first down around the goal line. Man, he was carrying that ball out there like Kyler Murray.
He was trying to get that ball across that goal line, which is always dangerous.
No, this was before that.
Oh, that was before?
Yeah.
Is it the one where he fumbled it, but he didn't fumble it? The ball hit the ground and popped out?
Maybe.
There was one he was a little bit careless with, although he hit the ground, so it wasn't a real fumble. But I thought that too. But he's a little bit gangly still. I'm hoping he puts on about 20 more pounds. At 240, 230, he would be a nightmare. By his junior year, oh, man, just look out. He's going to knock people down.
I don't know that it's going to take him till his junior year to put on. He's already put on 15.
True. That's true.
He's already up to like 210, 215.
He could just put on 15 this upcoming year. That would be perfect.
I'm sure he will. Why not? They got a heck of a program over there.
I think it's our best bowl game since the last time we played Iowa in a bowl game.
We're 6-0 in Florida in bowl games. The last six times we've been down there, for some reason we show up at bowl games. And here's the thing: it was a home field advantage. The place wasn't packed, but it was 90% orange.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised. I thought there would be more people there.
I thought it would be more Tennessee people because Iowa usually sends like 10, 15,000. It's about what that's how they travel typically. I've been to an Iowa game down in Florida, and they had about 10,000, and we had about 80. That was that one. That was 2015, I think.
The Gator
Bowl. That was Josh Dobbs.
That's
Yeah,
the
the
one
Gator
we beat
Bowl.
to death.
Yeah, we whooped them, and it was all orange. There was about 10,000 Iowa fans there. They were like, man, y'all travel. It's like, I know. It's what we do. And then he said, yeah, man, y'all drink a lot of beer. We drank the place out of beer. They ran out.
Hey, Jay, I met Nico in person exactly 1 year ago today, and we were sitting in the Miami airport after the Orange Bowl, and I just walked past him. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Nico, and so I have a
That's
selfie
Nico.
with him. I walked up to him. And he was super nice. He let me, take the selfie with him. And I was just thinking today, wow, little did he know that exactly 1 year from that day, he would be starting his first collegiate game in a bowl game. It's pretty crazy.
You
Probably
know,
walking
you know
around
the
right
hype.
now going, where's that guy I took the selfie with last year?
You know the hype is going to be out of control going into next year. now.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's going to be
And
wild.
all the haters are gonna they'll find something to say, I'm sure. But
I think our fans
I don't
are
know.
going to make it easy for the haters because our fans are going to be super rabid this offseason.
Yeah.
Well,
The
as they
announcers-
say, haters gonna hate.
Yep. The announcers in this game were all over Nico. They were loving on him as hard as they could.
Yep. I have no doubt of that. Jody, thank you for the super chat. Said I was hoping for 3 to 4 passing, but the defense looked good. And he had 4 touchdowns. He ran for 3 and threw for 1. So
I thought it was
awful
funny
happy with
watching that lady try to pronounce Nico's last name up on the stage.
Oh,
And then
did
they
he
showed
get player of the game?
Yeah, and they showed the
figured he
shot of
would.
his family. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I figured he would. I thought it was either him or James Pierce would get it.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't do. Did they do? I don't know if they did an offensive and defensive player of the game. I think they might have just done player of the game. Maybe somebody in the comments can correct me if I'm wrong on
If
that.
I was Nico, I would have passed it to James. Said, "Here you go," because I think he's going to get a bunch of those types of things.
Oh yeah.
Nico is. I would have handed it to James and said, "Here you go. You deserve it."
Well, did you not watch the post game show?
I couldn't. I was getting set up for this.
No.
Oh, he had his little niece in his arms.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Hmm.
They couldn't get her to stop crying though.
Oh, that's fun. All right,
She
folks.
started freaking out.
All right. Well, we're at 30 minutes. That's what I planned on doing because it's almost
All right.
5 o'clock, and you know what's coming up.
That's
It's
right.
Alabama, Michigan. I
Yeah,
got to watch that game. Ugh.
We're
And
about
I
to
got to
watch
root
the.
for Bama.
No, hell no.
Were you going to root for Michigan?
Listen.
not-
If Alabama was playing ISIS, I'm throwing on a turban and get the prayer rug out. Like, no, I will. I would rather go jump in a frozen lake than root for those dumb rednecks. No,
Now you guys know that if Michigan beats Alabama, it's absolutely going to hurt Georgia fans to the core because they feel like they could have done better.
Yeah. Well, Georgia just proved yesterday that they should have been in the playoff. But again, I've gone crazy over the alliance that blocked the 12 team. I've absolutely ravaged them because this is what happens. It was only a matter of time for an undefeated Power 5 team got creaked, and they did, and it's been a nightmare. But anyway, I appreciate y'all coming on, and I'm ready to go watch this ball game. We've got 1 minute. Thank you,
All right.
BGD.
Thank you, Jay.
Kevin, thank you. I really appreciate it. And go Vols. All right, I'm going to end the stream.
Go Vols. See
Thank
you
you,
next
guys.
year.
Okay.